Hello, and welcome to Moscato and Tea. This is the show for all things beauty, business, and community with your hosts, Inez and Chiquita, keeping it raw, real, and unfiltered. Morning.
Oh, okay. Let me get a little. You know, I tried. Okay.
I can't. Yeah, like swish it down with a little Moscato, like lubricate the cord.
Yes.
Lubricate the cord.
It goes down smooth.
Yes. What's going on, lady?
Girl, so much. Back in the saddle. Oh my God. It's so much going on in the world, in California. Let's just get into it.
So let's get into our little Moscato hot topics.
Yes, hot topics, because you know they love hearing the tea and all the hot topics. So
tea time.
Yeah, a little tea time. But yeah, this literally is our tea time. Yeah. Basically everything that's going on. But the first thing, unfortunately, is the fires that have been going on. And I know a lot of people that live in different areas that have been affected by it. So I truly hope everyone is being safe and listening to what the fire department and the police are saying about evacuating in time, in a timely fashion.
Absolutely.
Because now they have declared a state of emergency.
Yeah, so. it's pretty nasty out there, and you know, there was at one point I was reading there was even tornado fires. Oh wow! So these fires were turning into tornadoes, and basically just like a tornado would running through, and just but with fire. So can you imagine? Like, not only is it destructive, but it's also burning. It's just it's crazy. So hopefully everything, you know, hopefully we can, you know. Hopefully everything goes well and we can get these fires under control and done.
And people be safe.
And
it's tragic. It's so tragic. Kind Definitely. Of on a, because I know, like I said, I know a couple of people, and it's just really been like, you know, a little tough just seeing everything. And I just hope and pray everybody takes care of themselves. But kind of on a different note, which is still, you know, it's a lot going on, like I say. And it's very disheartening and tragic. But what I've been seeing lately, unfortunately, in Chicago.
Girl.
Oh, my God. It just can't fathom the mindset of people. And I was actually talking with another friend about this. And it was, I think, last weekend where within like 2 or 3 hours, there was at least like 66 shootings from a Friday night to like Saturday night or some morning or something like that. And it's just like, what is happening?
What is happening is that our leadership is making people feel that they don't belong. There's no hope right now. Hope is gone, and people are fearing, and they're just being destructive. And so when there's no hope and there's no love, people just don't give. You know, and our leadership, it starts at the top. I hate to say it. Yeah. You know, when you have government that pretty much says, fuck you, we don't care about you, then they're like, well, fuck it. Then it's to each their own. Yeah. You know, we're just going to have to fend for ourselves, and we're going to have to do whatever it takes, because right now it's a dog-eat world. I mean, you got in our government, we known pedophiles, known rapists, known all of this stuff. And it's kind of like, you know, they're still going out there, rallies, killing, you know, all in the name of, stupidity, really, basically.
Exactly. That's what it comes down to.
All in the name of stupidity. So when you go, this is what happens when people become desperate and they feel there is no hope, and they look and they feel there's no hope or no way looking out. It's like you put animals in a cage. Yeah. That's basically.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
It's literally what's coming out to.
The country is on fire, literally on fire right now.
Yeah, and if people were talking about Armageddon, here you go.
Exactly.
You know, I'm just saying, if they're talking about it's coming,
open that door, you see it.
Hey, the devil's ruling, and we're all in hot heat, fire. Yeah. It's to the point where you can't even walk anywhere. No. You can't there's no consequence for anything. It's just I feel like I'm kind of almost living like a purge. Yes. Do you know, like a purge?
No one cares.
Nobody gives a shit. Everybody's just kind of like a free for all. Yeah. You just got to look for in the back and the and then it's a purge, but with we got fires and deaths and over flooding. It's just the craziest thing right now.
Yeah, which kind of continues with Chicago, because now there's like videos showing that Chicago police are using like a bait truck to lure thieves in. So basically, like a couple people have gotten arrested in Chicago, where they have like this truck in there thinking food or something is in there, and people are going to it, and then end up the police will arrest them. And it's just like,
dude, it's freaking, it's mayhem.
What the hell?
I can't.
It's just like, it just blows my mind that this is what we've become, that they're doing this to people. You know, if people are hungry, you know, why not as a state or whatever, just like figure out a plan. What happened to helping your fellow brother, your fellow sister?
How can you help anyone when your own government is not helping anyone but themselves?
Yeah, cutting everything.
There is not, and when your own, this man, because he ain't my president, you know, this man is up here spewing hate, spewing lies.
Yes.
Since when is the news, when there's facts, now it's fake news because you don't like it? Exactly. It's not that it's fake, it's just because you don't like what it says. So guess what? When you have all of these things, it encompasses, and it just kind of rolls down into this whole, I mean, I always know that I always believe that love is stronger than hate, but it takes a moment before all of this starts to coming up, and then it starts to build up again. So we had 8, you know, like literally, I don't care what anybody wants to say, but there was 8 great years that we just kind of lived in peace. Yeah. Like, let's keep it 100. It was very vibrant. It was peaceful. You know, you
didn't have to look over your shoulder.
And even if there was hate, it was very much known that if you were coming out here, you better be prepared for the consequences. Yeah. Now it's like, who gives? You could do. There is no consequence. Now it's more like let's get all the black and brown people, anybody who's non-white. Let's get everybody, and then everybody who is like, you know, white privilege. Speaking of which, you remember the young lady who was stabbed in at the
San Francisco. Yes.
At the we were talking. We were talking about that.
Yeah,
and remembering, I happened to watch something on Facebook about a pastor who was talking to, like, he did an open letter. And I wish I could remember, but this open letter was to, the open letter was to the Dallas Cowboys,
owner,
whatever his name is, Jerry, whatever. And this pastor was talking about how, you know, now Jerry, whatever, now it's illegal, or you could you won't play football, fined if you're, you know, you take a stance, whatever. Mind you, 80% of his team is black. Okay. Let's keep that 100. Okay. So 80% of the team, again, here's where I say it's like shuckle and jive, you know, do the work, but you can't do anything else. You know, we're great for entertainment, but outside of that, you better sit and know your place, boy. So this pastor had made a letter stating that, an upper letter stating that, you know, how could you, when your team is 80%, this is a time for you to use your white privilege to sit here and say, hey, I, as an owner and my team I care about, I'm going to allow. But instead, you sit there and want to tell these boys, you better sit in your place or do what you need to do, all with this sense of money or everything. So it was a pretty profound. I wish I could remember. But he also gave kudos to Anne Hathaway, who, with her open, you know, with her Facebook post and the whole thing was basically saying that as white people, they need to do better and they need to start doing things and using their privilege because this is out of control. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you see somebody and then there's always that other person. It just doesn't get the highlight that it does. But, you know, nowadays with social media, nowadays with it's
the same thing with the kid in New York, Junior. It's like people are so quick to pull out their phones to record, but not actually help, you know. And it's just like, what is happening to us?
We are a society that values. Our values have definitely changed. Some are good, some are for the better, some are for the worse. But empathy, how about that? We've created a society where there is no empathy. And I think a lot of it has to do with the broken home, one. And two, all these damn drugs out there. And I'm not even talking about street drugs. I'm talking about these over-the-counter drugs, prescription drugs that they're giving to all these kids because a normal kid who is, you know, now they put them on all these things. So all this empathy, all these feelings, it's just numbing everybody. And us being stuck on our phones, numbing.
No, it's crazy. It's so crazy. And it's just, It's insane. And, the person that's in charge, he's out there tweeting, and he, because I guess it's like the kickoff of the opening season of the NFL. And of course he's tweeting, saying the NFL players are at it again and taking a knee when they should be standing proudly for the national anthem. Numerous players from different teams want to show their outrage at something that most of them are unable to define. They make a fortune doing what they love.
Get out of here. So do
like
you
man.
Take a knee, keep taking your own knees because it prays.
Speak up.
Speak up, because at the end of the day, that's what that is. That's fear and hate mongering. When you realize, as they had done when they had done not too long ago during Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the whole era, what did they do? Upon oppression and upon it, take a stand.
Yes.
Guess what? Eventually, it starts to become bigger than what they can, and that's what they don't want. Yeah. But the realization that we're bigger in numbers. And I wish, honestly, I wish more of these NFL players would sit there and support each other, because at the end of the day, that could be you. Look at what happened to Ving Rhymes.
Yes.
Yo, the man is in his own home.
Yes. I was just
and a neighbor calling talking about he broke into his house, but he's in his own damn house.
Yeah. You don't think we can own homes?
What the hell?
Like, seriously?
And police pulling guns in his face.
Right at the door. Like, there's no assuming positive intent. You know what I'm saying? It's just automatically like, danger right off the bat when you see someone.
Dude, it's out of control.
It blows my mind. Yeah.
And the more these people, the more athletes and the more celebrities and the more people with power refuse to sit there and say something, the more it's going to happen, because they think it won't happen to them.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, my brother, not everybody knows that you're black, you're a celebrity, you're this, you're that. It does happen.
Exactly. I mean, you had an incident you were telling me about
not too long ago.
What happened with you?
I was traveling. I traveled for a job. I was working. I was out teaching. And as a matter of fact, it was in New York, mind you. I'm in New York. I'm in Queens, New York. I'm at a hotel. I'm not going to say the name of the hotel, but I was in Jersey, so I had to leave Jersey to go to Queens because my checkout time for my hotel in Jersey was already done. And I was like, what am I going to do in Jersey for 4 hours? Yeah. Wait until my checkout. So it took me, it was an hour something drive to Queens. So I got to the hotel. I was going to go just leave my bag there and go walk around, but some things happened with work. So I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I got to get some work done.
Yeah.
So I'm on my phone, mind you. I'm on my phone minding my business. I'm sitting at a table. I had already gone to the front desk and said, hey, what's the deal? She's like, oh, honey, you can't check in until 3. I was like, no problem. Can I sit and just wait?
Yeah.
There was other people all sitting around, had been there sitting longer than I have. This man, I guess he was coming and working there. He had come back and forth a couple of times and had still seen me sitting at this area. But I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not doing anything. I'm just doing some work that I needed to get done. And he comes over to me and says, can I help you with something? And I looked at him. I said, no. Does it look like no? Do I look like I need help? Did I ask for help? And then I was like, no, I'm just waiting to check in. And he's like, oh, okay. And walked away. And it took me a minute or two to really kind of connect what this man is. I'm sitting here minding my business and I can't sit there at the hotel. Mind you, I have a bag.
Yeah.
I have a suitcase. I had already. And so, I looked at him like he was out of his damn mind. But at the end of the day, it's like, do I yell? Do I scream? Do I protest? What is it? Are they going to call the police on me just because I'm sitting here knowing I'm checked in and I'm doing? It was just one of those. I was like,
weird, weird situations.
And I was like, so this is where we're coming to, where I can't even sit where I've traveled many times before and I've sat in a lobby for hours waiting to be able to check in. So now you can't even be black and sit down and wait to check in?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The funny part is that I wasn't even the only black person there.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's nuts.
It's crazy.
I was like, whatever. Like, I was like, yo, I texted you and I was like, did this shit just really happen?
Yeah. I remember that.
I was like, yo, like,
it's insane.
And I've gone to little hick towns and that's never even been a question or an answer. And I'm always kind of like, oh shit, should I, shouldn't I? Yeah. What's going to happen now? And I've traveled before and never in my, now this couple of years it's been like, kind of like, am I safe? Am I okay? Am I not?
No, seriously, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of turn the tables, some interesting, fun stuff.
Okay, let's see what's
too draining.
I know,
it's too
girl.
draining with all the other stuff. It's just too much. But
I need another sip.
have you seen the cover of Beyonce for Vogue September issue?
Mm-hmm.